Namaste my friends, welcome back to YogaCandi. My name's Candice and today I have Yin Yoga for back pain, neck pain, muscle knots and even headaches. So if you're suffering with any of those things, this is going to be a beautiful class for you. Just remember to do what you can, and if something becomes too intense, ease out of it, perhaps even wait for the next posture to begin. So all you're going to need today, guys, is some very comfortable clothes, even your pajamas will do. And make sure that you have a couple of yoga blocks, or even just one yoga block will do the trick. If yoga blocks are not handy to you right now, then you can grab either quite a thick cushion, maybe off of your sofa or something, and you can also grab a thick book and just wrap it in maybe a towel or something like that, just to make it a little softer. So block-wise, I'd recommend something that's softer. If you've got like wooden blocks, maybe again wrap it in a towel or something, because we're going to be leaning some weight onto these props today. So make sure they're out the way. We're going to come onto our hands and knees to begin. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, and we're going to do a couple of cat-cows. So push up through the shoulder blades, make sure you're not sinking down into the body. Keep this nice and engaged, suck in the lower belly. On an inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, arch the spine, push the shoulder blades apart. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, arch. 2 more. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, arch. 1 more. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, arch. Come back to a neutral tabletop. Let's start to walk our hands forward. Make sure your knees are on something that's nice and padded. You're not on anything too hard, because we're going to be in this pose for a while. We're going to come down for puppy pose. Now, for those of you with lack of flexibility, you can always put your prop underneath the forehead. Extend through the arms. Make sure that the hips are still above the knees, and come on down and rest your head onto your block, opening up through the underarms, so through your triceps, and giving you a really slight little back bend. You can stay here, close your eyes and breathe. If you have more flexibility, you're going to extend your arms all the way and bring your forehead down to the ground. Make sure you're comfortable enough that your hip bones are above your knees. You can either leave the toes tucked or you can leave them untucked, whatever feels more comfortable for the knees. Keep your hands shoulder distance apart, extend through the fingers, and allow gravity to do its work here. So let's hold this pose for a little while. Just keep breathing, sucking in that lower abdominal muscle, pulling up through the pelvic floor. Breathing deeply in and out of the nostrils, all the way into the lower belly. And exhaling fully all the way through the nostrils once again. Keep your breath nice and long and deep. Try to keep your mind free of thought. Instead, direct your attention to the breath and to the sensations of the body. If something doesn't feel right, you can always slightly adjust until you're really comfortable. You may be feeling a bit of a stretch down the sides of the body and the backs of the arms. For those of you wanting to go even deeper into the pose, once your body starts to open up, you can bring your chin and your chest down to the ground, opening up even deeper into the shoulder blades. For those of you that are not ready to come to this position, stay where you are. Take a couple more deep breaths. Start to walk your arms towards the body. Come up onto your palms, back into your tabletop position. Extend through one leg and then extend through the other. Relax your knees back down onto the ground, and we're going to take a thread the needle pose. So from your tabletop, suck in your belly. We're going to thread our right arm underneath the left arm, coming down onto the right shoulder. Now you can keep your left hand where it is, planted on the ground, or you can take it to the lower spine, or even find a little grasp on the inside of the right thigh. Only if you can reach and only if that's comfortable. Once you've found a comfortable position, knees should be underneath the hips, sucking in that lower abdomen. Close your eyes and let's breathe once again. Nice deep inhales and exhales in and out of the nostrils. Take one more deep inhale. Bring that left palm back down to the ground. Push yourself back into your tabletop. From your tabletop, extend one leg again and then extend the other. Make sure that your knees have enough padding. And we're going to go over to the other side. So knees underneath hips. We're threading the left arm underneath the right arm, coming down onto the left shoulder. You can keep this right arm propped up as a base, or you can take it to the lower spine or find a bind, grabbing the inside of the left thigh. Find a comfortable position, close your eyes and return back to that nice deep breath. Take one more deep breath. Release the bind if you had it and push yourself back into a tabletop position. Just release one knee and then the other, kind of rocking from side to side, lifting one leg and then the other. Bring your knees together in the center of the mat, and we're going to come onto our backs now for a different posture. So bring your heels towards your bum. Extend your arms out in front of you and let's slowly lower down onto the spine. Once you're there, keep your knees bent with your heels close towards the bum. Grab one of your props, one of your blocks. And we're going to do a supported bridge pose. So we're going to do a little gentle back bend here. Take a moment, keep the eyes closed. Suck in that lower belly. Now with bridge, a couple of things that you need to be aware of is to keep your feet hip distance apart and don't allow your knees to fall apart. So keep your knees in line with each other, a 90-degree angle to the ground. So on an inhale, plant your hands onto the ground. On an inhale, start to lift the hips up towards the sky. Perhaps rock from side to side to get your shoulder blades underneath the body. Keep the legs squeezing towards each other. Maybe you can even touch your heels at this point. Lift it up through the back so you've got a lovely back bend, keeping everything engaged. Now take your prop, put it on the highest point. Now you want your prop to rest on just between the bum cheeks basically, or just above, not on the lower spine, so not on the most sensitive part of the back. Just find where that nice hard bit of the sacrum is and allow the hips to sink down onto your prop. So it's supported, you're not using your muscles very much to hold you up anymore. The prop is doing the job. Make sure there's no pain. That block or the prop should be rested on that nice hard bit just below the lumbar spine. Now you do need a little bit of stability, so suck in the core. Keep the knees drawn towards each other, but hip distance apart. Place the hands down onto the ground, facing up towards the ceiling with your eyes. Close your eyes and let's just breathe here. Nice deep breaths. If you feel any pain in that lower spine, then start to lift the chest up just a little bit and it should ease off. Or even come out of the pose and rest for a moment and then come back in. take 3 more deep breaths here. Lift up through the hips once again. Release that block from behind your back. Put it aside for a moment. Keep your hips elevated up in the sky using your muscles. And then slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, come all the way back down to the ground. Really taking your time to get there. Keep your eyes closed. Once you get down to the ground, hug your knees in towards your body, keeping that lower spine flush against the ground, and don't lift up through the tailbone. Keep the tailbone down and pointing towards the long edge of the mat. Now we're going to take a couple of spinal twists, so release the legs back down to the ground, keep the knees up towards the sky. Open up through the arms so that your arms are extended. You can even take cactus arms so that the fingertips are reaching towards the top end of the mat. Palms facing up towards the sky. We're going to lift the right leg and place it over the left leg. Now you can just wrap it just once, or you can wrap it twice for eagle legs, depending on your flexibility. Now lift the bum off of the ground and move the hips towards the right side of the mat, just a little bit. Make yourself comfortable and start to let the legs fall over to the left side of the mat, so that your spine is twisting towards the left. Keep your elbows and your shoulders down on the ground if possible. Allow your head to fall over towards the right side of the mat. If you need to adjust yourself ever so slightly, adjust yourself as best you can into your twist so that you feel comfortable enough and you're feeling a slight little stretch through the lower spine. And maybe even through the thoracic spine, along the shoulder blades. When you're nice and comfortable, close your eyes. We're going to just breathe here. Send nice deep breaths all the way into the lower belly. Exhaling fully on every exhale. Allow any thoughts that come into your mind to pass. Pay them no attention. Listen to the breath and listen to the sensations in your body. Relax all the muscles of the face and just give in to gravity. Take 3 more deep breaths here. On your next inhale, slowly lift your legs back to the center. Release the bind of the legs, extend the legs up towards the sky. Lift the arms up to the sky, rotate the wrists and the ankles in one direction and then in the other. Take the right foot down to the mat. Cross the left foot over the right leg. Open up through the arms once again. You can either extend them or you can open them into cactus arms, whichever feels better for your body. You can wrap your legs once or twice. Lift the hips up ever so slightly and send them over towards the left side of the mat. And we're going to start to allow the legs to fall over towards the right side of the mat this time. Get yourself as comfortable as possible and allow your head to fall over towards the left, so your face is facing the opposite direction to your knees. Become as still and as comfortable as possible. Allow the palms to face up towards the sky. See if you can keep your shoulder blades down towards the ground. Breathing deeply all the way to the depths of the belly. Allowing any thoughts to pass. Simply bringing your attention to the inner sensations of the body. Take 3 more deep breaths. On your next inhale, slowly start to lift the legs back up towards the center, releasing that twist. Send your legs up towards the sky once again. Don't worry if you need to bend your knees. And then lift the arms up towards the sky. Point and flex the hands and the feet. And then rotate in one direction. And then in the other. Hug the knees in towards the chest, but this time open the knees as wide as the armpits. pulling them down towards the armpits as best you can, trying to keep the lower spine flat against the floor and not lifting up through the tailbone. Take one more deep inhale. Release the legs. Take them back down to the ground. Push yourself very slowly back up onto your bum. Come into a nice comfortable seat, any seat of your choice. And we're going to finish off with a little bit of stretching for the neck. So you can even take this over towards a sofa. You can sit up on one of your props or maybe lean against a wall if sitting cross-legged is very uncomfortable for you. So just find any position that works best for your body. Sit up nice and tall through the spine, suck in that lower belly. Hands on the knees just for a moment, roll the shoulders back and down the spine. Send the left ear over towards the left shoulder, just allowing the head to hang really heavy. Now clasp the left hand above the right elbow so that you're adding a little bit of extra tension to this beautiful stretch down the right side of the neck. Sit up tall, breathe deep, and allow gravity to do its work here. Close your eyes and let's just breathe. Take 3 more deep breaths. And release the grip of the arm. Bring your head back to center. Let's allow the chin to drop towards the chest. Take one hand behind the head and very gently allow that hand to rest on the back of the head. So you're not pulling on the neck too hard, but you're just adding a little bit of extra tension to get into the nice deep stretch between the shoulder blades and down the neck. Close your eyes and let's take 5 deep breaths here. Release that hand. Take the hands back to the knees. Sit up tall back through the spine once again. Head neutral. We're going to drop the right ear over towards the right shoulder. We're going to take our right hand and hold above the left elbow. From here we're going to take some nice deep breaths, allowing gravity to do the work, just letting the head hang heavy. Don't put any pressure, just that little bit of tension added by grabbing above the elbow. Close your eyes and breathe. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Release the grip of the arm and very slowly bring your head back to neutral. Give the shoulders one little roll in one direction and then in the other. Sit up tall through the spine, draw the chin towards the chest, using the opposite hand to what you used before. We're going to apply that slight bit of pressure to the back of the head once again. Allow everything to hang heavy, giving into gravity and not pulling on the neck. Instead, just acting as a little gentle extra bit of tension so that you get a little deeper into that stretch. Take 5 deep breaths here. Slowly release that hand, bring the neck back to central. Take your head over to one side and just do a few little rolls from one shoulder to the other. Not a full roll, not all the way back, just a half roll from shoulder to shoulder. If you find any areas of tension, just hold it there for a moment. Come back to center, give the shoulders one last roll. And we're on our very last pose of the day. So come into a kneeling position. You can either take your, I'll go side on. You can come down onto the heels of the feet and keep the toes tucked. We're going to take our hands and have the fingers rotating externally and towards the body. Just a little arm stretch and hand stretch to finish the class. So you can stay up on tucked toes, or if you want to make it more intense, untuck the toes and come back onto the heels. Push your chest forward and just feel that lovely stretch down the back of the hands, down the back of the forearms, and perhaps even down each fingertip as well. Close the eyes, suck in the belly, and maybe even play around with walking the hands a little forward or a little back until you find the position that feels best for you. Once you find that position, close your eyes and let's take 5 deep breaths. On your last exhale, slowly release the hands as slowly as you can and give them a little shake out. To end our class today, we're all going to take a little lie back onto our backs and end with just 1 minute of Shavasan to come into the body and to totally relax. So very slowly roll yourself all the way back onto the spine. Take the hands a few inches away from the body, extend the legs out, allow the feet to drop from side to side. The feet should be a little wider than hip distance apart. Tuck your shoulder blades under the body. Your face should be facing up to the sky, as well as the palms of the hands. Let's find complete silence and complete stillness just for 1 minute together here. If any thoughts come into the mind, allow them to pass. Allow the breath to return back to its natural rhythm. Concentrate on the sensations of the body, feeling the weight of the body against the ground. Relaxing every single muscle. I'll meet you in just 1 minute. If you're ready to end your practice with me, with the eyes still closed, start to wiggle the fingertips and the toes. Lift the hands off the ground and rotate the hands and the wrists, the feet in one direction and then in the other. Inhale the hands above the head. Take a really nice big deep stretch. And roll over onto one side of the body with the eyes still closed. Take a nice deep inhale here. On an exhale, push yourself up into any seat of your choice. Sit up tall through the spine. Hands on your knees. Eyes still closed. Take your hands to the center of the chest. Rub the palms together and create a lovely warm friction between them. And place the palms over the eyelids. Take a nice deep inhale. And then open the eyes behind the palms, looking from side to side. And then slowly move the palms away from the eyes as you blink. Draw the hands into the heart center, bow your head. Thank yourself for showing up on the mat today and for giving your body all this lovely TLC. You can open your eyes. Namaste everybody. I really hope this has been helpful to you. If it has, please do feel free to share it with any other loved ones that you think could benefit from it. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That's a much easier way for you to find it and to be able to come back to the class whenever you like. And also leave me a little love note in the comments to let me know how you got on and how you found it. Until next time everybody, have a wonderful day. Namaste.